A Boy and His Toys. Matchbox collecting for beginners.
Good afternoon. This is our second try at doing Matchbox cars for beginners. The first one I kind of looked like I was a home invader, so I decided to dress up a little bit better than I was the first time and to cover this so that you might think that I'm not a home invader. Let's start with Matchbox. I've got a little chart here that shows these are the basic 5 types of Matchbox cars you will collect. The first one is regular wheels, and you can see the years that was included. Super fast wheels, there's the years that was included. Universal Matchbox cars, Tyco Matchbox cars, and Mattel Matchbox cars. Now, talking about each one so that you know what we're talking about. Regular wheel Matchbox cars had hard plastic wheels, and they were old. These are antiques. You have to realize that they are antiques. They're worth a lot of money, and if you started collecting them like I did many years ago, the value of them has actually skyrocketed. So if you're beginning to collect for Matchboxes, probably don't want to start with regular wheels unless you have a tremendous amount of money and you want to buy them as an investment. They're going to keep going up. There's no doubt about that. And you can start with maybe a $10 car for a basic type of car, but let me see if I can get you like a $10 car. Here's one. This is like a $10 regular wheel. Okay? Pretty simple. It's an MG 1100. It's got a little hitch on the back and a little dog looking out the window. Very fancy. Okay? And you can probably get this for about 10 bucks. But this is the front cab of a Bedford low loader. To buy this car, I don't even know if you can see it. To buy that car is going to cost you about $150 that's in mint condition. All right, so next we go to Superfast. Again, they've come quite a, oh, by the way, before I forget, this is a typical box for a regular wheel Matchbox. It looks like this. Notice I have part of it's gone, but that's a regular wheel Matchbox. So we're talking about Superfast next. These are less expensive, but there's some Superfasts that are very expensive. This is a Superfast box. This is a Superfast box, and this is a Superfast car. Notice they're pretty fancy. Some of them are still really good and are worth a lot of money. Unfortunately, if you're beginning to collect, you don't want to stick with these because the most expensive ones come in the box. Next is the Universals. This is a Universal box. All right, pretty plain, not very fancy, and just that's it. Nothing more to say. Got a number on the back. A Universal car. I don't know. This is a Universal car. It's got super fast wheels, different color wheels, things like that, and different types of wheels. Next is, well, I didn't get it. I'll get one. Wrong one. This is a Tyco box. As you can see,
Upside down.
It's upside down. If you can see, it's another yellow box. This time it's white instead of red. Very simple. Universal Tyco. Finally, you have in 1997, right before, while Mattel and Tyco were fighting over who was going to own the company. Let's see if it says anything on here. Really doesn't say. So it's still Matchbox Limited. This is 1997. This was the
Upside down.
this is 1997, and this was the only year starting from 1994, I believe, that had boxes. Everything in between 94 and 97 was on cards. This is a card. They're all different colors, all different sizes, all different everything, but they're basically between 1993, 94, and 97. You can find it right in a card. The problem with this is, if you're going to start collecting and you want to display your cars, you got to take them out of the card. So there's some YouTube videos about how to very gently take these out and put them on display, but you want to keep the card so that if you decide to sell later on down the line, you can reseal the card. Finally, there's Mattel. 1998. Everything's on cards except for very special cars. This is a Mattel. It says Matchbox, but it's made by Mattel. 1998 on is going to be Mattel's. Now, let's talk a little bit about how you're going to collect. Most people collect by number. In other words, this is on this one, it'll say this is number 74, 70, well, I don't know, who knows. Anyway, you can get numbers and research the numbers, and if they're on cards, they'll tell you the number, just like here, number 74. Or if you're going to collect this, it will say number 44. Regular wheels, number 38. But if you decide to collect Universals or Tycos or Matchboxes without cards, you're going to have to do some research to find out exactly what the number is going to be. But here's how you collect. You can collect by year. Say you want to collect everything in 2021, okay? You go in and start your 2021. In most cases, they will tell you 2021. Or you want to collect 1958. You can do that too, but you're going to pay a lot of money for the collection of 1958. Or you can collect like that. All right, you can also collect by make. Say you want to collect all Chevys. Oh gosh, you could have one heck of a collection of Chevys. On the other hand, if you want to collect Saabs, there's not that many out there. You can collect by model. Say you want to collect Corvettes. Maybe you got a Corvette. You want to have a big Matchbox collection of Corvettes. There's a lot of Corvettes out there that you can see. Here's a couple Corvettes right here. This is a Corvette Grand Sport. This is a Corvette, regular Corvette. I think it's a 1984 Corvette Dream Machine. Here's a Corvette Stingray. You got Corvettes, Corvettes, Corvettes. Or you can collect Fords. Or you can collect Mercedes, Vipers, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. You can collect all what type of that thing, depending on what you drive. If you drive I don't know, if you drive a Dodge, you can collect Dodges. So whatever you, so you've collected Dodges, but what about a Prius? I don't think so. Do you believe you could do that? I don't think that Matchbox or Mattel has come out with a Prius yet. A lot of these new models, you're going to be out of luck. But if you're going to go with a type of make, you can be okay. All right. All right. You can also collect by color. As I told my wife, you can even find a pink car. For they were put out by the ladies. So that the ladies could collect pink cars. Now, that's not a sexist comment. Don't jump all over me for that. But they do have pink. You can collect green. You can collect blue. You can collect white, depending on what you want to do with colors. Finally, you can go by wheels. Now, this is going to be a little tough to show, but certain wheels have spokes. Certain wheels have silver, some have gold wheels, some have rubber wheels like this, which are very hard to find anymore, and some are just plain hard wheels like that. And so, these hard wheels will come in silver and in metal. So you've got a lot of different ways to go with collecting. But this YouTube video is for beginners. I want to just talk to the beginners. Most of these guys who you see on these YouTube videos are talking about the richest, the most expensive cars you can find and everything like that. But if you're just starting, you don't want to spend a whole lot of money. You want to go simple and try and keep as simple as you can. And so my recommendation is, if you're going to start, what's considered an antique? 25 years old. So that's 1997, okay? This is a 1997 antique. If you don't want to go with an antique, then you go with 1998, right there. That's a Mattel. This is a Tyco. So basically, if you have any questions about that, let me know. There's nothing more really I want to tell. I'll be going on a next video talking about specific years or specific types of cars that you may want to go after, because we can go into so many things with Matchbox. They're so detailed. You have a commando set. You have a multi-pack set. You have a Wales project set. I'm going to go into each one of them as we go and talk about some of them. And you can go with fancy sets, okay? But we'll talk about that as we go. But if you're going to go simple, you need to start right now thinking about choosing 1997 and maybe going back, or 1998 and going forward. Or if you just really want to start from the beginning, go to 2021, 2022 and start working your way backward. And that's all I got for now. And my wife is still taking the shot. So, bye.